here to talk to you today about daring to rock the boat, giving your relationship some good trouble. What does that mean? Look, I wrote a whole book called Fierce Intimacy. We lose passion and connection in our long-term relationships because we stop leaning in and taking each other on and telling each other the truth. When we stop telling the truth to each other, passion and connection are the first casualties. We say that we're compromising and accepting, but we're really not telling the truth to ourselves. The difference between real acceptance and settling is resentment. Most couples stop taking each other on. When they do, they're not skilled enough for it to work well. And so they back off. I understand that. And there are other videos where I teach you how to take each other on in skillful ways. So I understand why you back off, but don't. The cost of not taking on the issues is resentment. Your generosity dries up, your resentment builds, your sexuality dries up, distance becomes the enemy. And yeah, you avoid conflict, but at what price? Dare to rock the boat. Speak up for yourself and speak up for the health of the relationship. One of the paradoxes, I believe, of healthy, passionate intimacy is that we have to be willing to risk the relationship. No means no. No means if you cross this line, you're toast. Cheat on me again and we're done. Don't go into rehab and do something about your drinking and we're done. Healthy couples regulate each other. Healthy couples say, look, it's a distance. Look, you're coming in and taking liberties with me. Get your foot off my neck. I don't like it. Stop telling me what to do. I don't like it. Or you are moving out and you're obsessed with your career and your work and you're off. I miss you. Healthy couples shift one another, make demands on the relationship. If you're not willing to do that, then you get whatever you get. And you're not going to get what you want because you're being passive and you're not fighting for it. I know particularly women have this sort of Cinderella notion that if I have to assert it and ask for it and fight for it, oh, why do I have to work so hard? My lover should just give it to me. Well, I say Cinderella's dead. Prince Charming has probably just come out of rehab. And if you want it, you're going to have to roll up your sleeves and help your partner give it to you. Tell them that you mean business. Teach them what you're after, and then encourage them when they try. But that first step is assertion. Listen, pal, this is important. You better pay attention. And that is not sweetness and light and harmony. I don't believe that a good relationship is all harmony. There is useful conflict when two imperfect human beings live with one another. There are more skilled ways to do it than just being negative and criticizing. Listen, what you're doing is great. I really appreciate X, Y, and Z. These three things would be even better. Will you let me teach you how? There are skilled ways of saying, I would like things to be different. Can we work together to make that happen? You don't have to be a hellion. You don't have to be negative and critical to get your point across. I call this learning to stand up for yourself with love. Again, there are skills to learn, and I have other videos where I teach it. But here's the first thing. The minute you say, this isn't working for me, I need change, you are putting your relationship at risk. The minute you stand up for yourself, you may have a partner who will turn around and say, you're more trouble than you're worth. No, I'm out of here. And if you're not willing to back down, you may throw your relationship into crisis. If the two of you can't manage it, get help. Go to my website, find an RLT therapist who will take your side and support you in the change you need and teach you how to speak as effectively as possible. Also, help your partner open up their hearts and ears and listen to you. You may not be able to pull this off, just the two of you. If you're not, get help, and get help that really helps. But with or without a therapist on your side, you have to have within the relationship what I call a mechanism of correction. Don't scratch me here, the itch is over here. Could you please do it over here instead? Oh, okay, honey, I'll try that. I specialize in couples on the brink of divorce that no one else has been able to help. I've been doing it for 20 years now. Every single one of them is missing what I call a mechanism of correction. I don't like it this way. I like it that way. Could you please do it that way instead? Oh, okay, honey, I'll do that. That's missing. I don't like it this way. I prefer it that way. Don't talk to me like that. I don't like it this way. I won't be bought. Whatever it is, it doesn't work. You must learn as a couple to change course, to be more pleasing to your partner. But the first order of business is you have to let your partner know what would be more pleasing to you. You have to screw your courage to the sticking post and be willing to shake things up. Will I risk the relationship? Yes. Do I put our safety at risk? Yes. I hate it when people talk about safe relationships. I don't believe there are reasonably safe relationships, but not absolutely. We're mortal. I've been with Belinda 40 years. You know how this ends? Unless you're in a car crash, one leaves the other and dies. What's safe about? Look, you want to be safe, stay in bed all day. These are worthwhile risks. If there were no risks, if there were no danger, there'd be no vulnerability. What's vulnerable if you know in advance it's going to work? No, you need courage to have a passionate relationship. Don't be alone. If you need help and support, friends, family, a therapist, a 12-step group, great. But find your courage. Find your voice. Stand up for what you want and need. Learn to do it in a skillful way, but do it. Dare to be dangerous. It keeps things alive. It keeps things juicy. The other word for dangerous is sexy. I hope this is helpful. I hope I've encouraged you to be courageous. If this has been helpful, join me for more. Subscribe to this YouTube channel, and thank you for giving me your time and attention. Be well.